Hello, everyone. What's today? Happy Wednesday. Oh my goodness. I've lost track of the days, but welcome to my nursery if you are new, and welcome back if you're already subscribed to my channel. So, today I am here with my twins, my Gaby Gail twins. They are by Claire Taylor Dolls. He is Gaby Gail asleep. As you can see, he's sleeping, and she is Gaby Gail awake. She's very nosy. She's always awake. So this is my little Grayson Gail, I named him, and she is Naya Grace. So I wanted to come and change them. They are definitely overdue for outfit change. They have been pretty much in onesies, and she has still her little socks I put on her for Christmas or a little after Christmas, and then he has no socks, but I just had both of them kind of swaddled in a blanket, and that was it. So I really wanted to change them. So I'm not going to dress them up dressy. I kind of wanted to dress them in something comfortable and more baby-like, so to speak. So I'm going to be changing them and just chatting a little bit as I change them. So I'm probably going to move Naya and dress him first since he's up in the front, my little sleepy boy here. Oh, let me say before I keep going, please subscribe if you're new and you're not subscribed. Please click the subscribe button now. Please click your notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I do new videos. Please, everyone, give this video a like. Hit that like button. Give me a thumbs up. And also, please, guys, if you can remember to also share my videos. I am still trying to get to 3,000 subscribers presently so I can do the next giveaway. So my goal right now is 3,000 subscribers. And that is all I think for now. So as I was going to say, so this little guy right here up front is Grayson Gail, as I said. And Grayson was painted by me, and his little mohawk up here, I rooted. So he's all done by me. And then Naya Grace back here is, I purchased her off of eBay, as I said, and she was painted by artists, painted and rooted by artists. At what was her name? Gladys Aguilar by Gladys Reborn Nursery. So these two babies, both what I would consider to be affordable. And that's what I wanted to talk a little bit about in this video, kind of a little continuation from my last video where I was talking about making the hobby affordable, and this is not really a new topic, but right now it's the topic of the day, current events right now in the doll community. The reborn community, about buying counterfeit dolls or knockoff dolls, however you want to say it, fake reborn dolls, fake silicone dolls. And I was saying in my last discussion on it was that I feel a lot of people resort to buying the counterfeit or knockoff dolls because they're more affordable for them. And it makes the hobby more affordable because the dolls are quite pricey, as we all know, in the hobby. But for myself, I choose, as I said, and I've always chosen to buy authentic reborn dolls and silicone dolls. And even if I can't really afford something, say like when I first started in the hobby, I couldn't afford the high priced or high end dolls. I never wanted to buy a fake or a counterfeit doll or a copied doll, whatever you want to call it, is meaning the sculpt or kit was copied from the original, where someone decides to make it more affordable by copying from an actual artist sculpt. Like if someone were to a company or whatever decides they're going to copy these dolls here and make one looking similar to it, but it's cheaper materials. It's not going to be as detailed as these dolls, the authentic Gaby Gales look, but they'll do a little copying of it. You'll kind of recognize still what doll it should be and what doll it's copied from, but it's not as well made. So that is what a counterfeit, just in case you're new, that's what a counterfeit doll is, or a fake doll, or whatever you want to call it, a knockoff doll. I never wanted one of those, even when I first came into the hobby. Couldn't really afford the prices. I was just determined to figure out a way to afford the hobby. And that's what I wanted to more talk about in this video a little more, because I feel like when we tell people they shouldn't really buy the counterfeit dolls, because in reality, let me start changing them. In the reality of it, when you resort to buying a knockoff doll, the whole thing of it for me is that I would feel a little guilty buying a knockoff, especially when I'm knowing that the doll was copied off of an original sculpt that someone, an artist, a sculptor, took their time and energy to create a nice, beautiful doll for us to enjoy, to buy, and then someone decides, oh, I'm going to just copy this one. So they just copy that artist's hard work and then make money off of what that artist put into that sculpt, and they'll copy it and make money off of it, and they have no right to do that. They're benefiting off of someone else's hard work. So that would bother me right there. That's why also I wouldn't want to collect a fake or a counterfeit doll or a knockoff doll. So he's going to wear this outfit. It's Child of Mine's, and it's the little blue and gray stripe with the dogs on the little feet and the dogs on the jacket. Is a side snap, and it has this onesie with the dogs on it. And this one is actually 6 to 9 months. Normally I buy my Gaby Gales 3 to 6 months. Some 3 months they could fit. But normally I don't actually buy 6 to 9 months for them. But I think this one they only had 6 to 9 months. And I love this blue and gray stripe together for boys. This is like one of my favorite colors of the stripes for boys. I love stripes for boys, and especially this blue and gray. I have like some onesies, a few of them with the same blue and gray stripe. So I just had to have this. So I think that's why I resorted to buying a 6 to 9 months. I'm not going to change his diaper though, because it doesn't really need to be changed. So anyway, what I wanted to talk about was not only telling people they shouldn't do it or it's not right to do, and just remembering when you think about it before you buy a knockoff. You know, he has on that onesie, and then this is a onesie. Like, I need to take off one of the onesies because he does not need to. Think of the artists that took their time to sculpt the beautiful doll for us to buy them and enjoy them, have them in our collection. And then someone decides to just steal their sculpt, copy it, and that person is making money off of it. It's just not fair to the artist, the sculptor of the kit or the sculpt. So that's what I think about. Like, they're taking and stealing from another person that spent their time and did all of that hard work sculpting the doll. So that's a part of it I didn't even go into in my first video. That's the other side of it. So I wouldn't feel right about it in that sense also. It's just not right. And then the dolls, like, to me, of course, most people notice the copied ones. They don't look as good to me. I mean, I just personally, I wouldn't enjoy it. If I get a doll, I want it from the beginning, like the beginning of the hobby when I came into it. I wanted the authentic dolls, And I know I would enjoy something that's for real. I just wouldn't feel like I accomplished what I wanted if I bought a fake one. It would just personally make me feel like I failed. I don't know. That's just how I look at it for myself. I would feel like, man, I didn't get really what I wanted. This is not even real. It's a copy. I don't want this. Like, I would feel like, in some sense, just dissatisfied with it. So for me, I never wanted a copy. So I bought, like I said, my first reborn doll because I couldn't come right in and get a silicone. And that's what I really, really wanted when I first came in, was a silicone doll. So I went ahead and got a reborn doll because I like how they look real too. But even with the reborns, they can be pricey as well, the vinyl reborns. So I couldn't get like a high end reborn when I first came in. I think I spent like $200 on my first doll, but I love that doll. And she wasn't the best painted because she, like I said, $200. But some people might feel even $200 is a lot for a doll, because I know when I first started collecting, I was like, $200. And at that time, I didn't even know like what was well painted and what wasn't and all of this stuff. Because when you knew, you don't even pick up on that stuff yet. So I didn't start to notice it until I began to get more into the hobby and looking at the dolls on eBay. That was the first place I started shopping and looking at the dolls. And then eventually I was looking at YouTube and looking at videos, and then that's when you start to see, oh wow, that one is really beautiful and that one looks even more real. And then you start looking at the prices of them and stuff like that, and then that's when you start to notice, okay, the more real they look and the better quality, and like the more seasoned artists that really know what they're doing, the more the dolls cost. But I didn't let it discourage me. I just still, if I saw a doll I liked, I would get it, and I would stay within my little budget I had. But all of the dolls I bought was always authentic, even if they wasn't the best painted. I didn't pay $1,000 for them. They was affordable. I just shopped within my budget, and that's how I did it. And every doll I brought home was authentic, authentic vinyl reborn. Eventually, I branched off into getting a silicone doll, and it was a partial silicone. The reborns, I would get the more affordable ones. So that was a way for me to stay in a budget and also buy authentic. It was never, a copied doll. I would just look for the ones that more fit my price range, so to speak. And that's how I afforded the real dolls, the authentic sculpts. I didn't never buy a knockoff. And the way, as I said before, you can tell when they're knockoff is by looking at the price of the kit. Like if you shopping for blank kits and you're on eBay or any website, if it's a site selling the fake kits, the first red flag is the prices be too low. So they might show you some pictures of the real dolls and they be looking so beautiful because it's the actual real sculpts that they stole the pictures for somebody page or somebody website. And so they'll trick you, show you these beautiful pictures of the real sculpt, but they not intending on shipping that real sculpt to you. You're going to get something that they made up to look similar to it, where they use less quality vinyl and whatever materials they use to make it, and it's not the real thing. And the first way you're going to know is because it doesn't, when the price don't look right when you're shopping for them, the prices be too low. As I said, most of the time, the authentic kits are at least $100 and more. So you want to look for kits that, when they're authentic, look at the prices that you're looking at first. If the price look too low, too good to be true, usually it is too good to be true, and it's probably a fake, a counterfeit, if that price is too low. One place you can look on to get the authentic kits is McPherson's Arts and Crafts. And this is more for new people. If you're already in the hobby, you probably already know what I'm saying. But a lot of times I get new people looking at my videos, or they're coming into the hobby. So you can look on McPherson's. And also some of the artists and sculptors have their own websites, and you can go on their website and buy directly from them. That's another way. There he is in his outfit. So it's 6 to 9 months, but as you can see, it's not really that big on him. He's pretty much fitting it. So that is Grayson. Now we're going to get to his sister. I'm going to move him out of the way. So yeah, you can go to McPherson's or directly to the sculptors and buy direct from them. That way you know what you're getting is for real. Also, you can make sure that you're getting a certificate of authenticity with your doll. That is the COA, as it's called. I like to have COAs with my dolls, although some people lose them. But that's like one of the first things I ask for is the person. If I'm buying it from a seller, I ask them, do they have the COA? So she's going to get this outfit, and hers is Modern Moments, 3 to 6 months, and it's a footless romper. And this is like a cream color with these little hearts on it, made like from flowers. And the flowers are pink, and the romper is like a creamy color, ivory color. And I love these because they're really soft. And these outfits, to me, look very baby-like. Like when you want your baby to look like a baby, your doll, and not like too dressy when you want to kind of dress them like a baby, where you want to hold them and cuddle them. I like Carter's for that reason. Like certain clothes, I love Carter's brand. And I love these Modern Moments, this brand from Walmart, and also Wonder Nation. Love those brands. So when I went to the store yesterday, I had bought this outfit like months ago, but nobody wore it. I had quite a bit of them, but I didn't have the bow. So surprisingly, they still had the little hairband to go with that. So I got her the hairband to go with it. And then, of course, I always see something else I want, and I wasn't even supposed to be buying baby clothes. But I love these onesies, and it has like that, I forgot what you call it, the pointel little print, them little holes, and they be in a design. I think it's called pointel. And this is like that blush pink color onesie. So I got a newborn one. And then I tend to do this where I buy 2 sizes of stuff so I can have it for different babies. So then I got also a 0 to 3 months one in that same blush color. And then they also had the hairband for those, but I only got one hairband. And this one, this was the last hairband in this print. I was lucky to get that one. This one, they do have more. I might go get another one. And I think these are only like $3 or something like that for these hairbands. And then they have this new color. I didn't have this one with the gray and the big rosettes on there. So I think this one is so pretty, these colors. So I got that. So yeah, that's just a little bit of more stuff I bought. As I'm selling clothes, I also am buying clothes, which is crazy. But I'm not trying to buy not nearly as much clothes as I've sold. So if you want, or if you're looking for any baby clothes, let me say that I sell my baby clothes and accessories on my Instagram, and my Instagram link is always under the videos, under my videos in the description. Just in case. And I sell all different brands of baby clothes because I buy my babies Carter's and Little Me, Jacquerie. I buy all different brands of baby clothes because I like all different kinds of styles of baby clothes for my dolls. So I don't stick to just one brand. So you never know what I'm going to be selling. I've been selling like all different brands and sizes. Okay, so anyway, getting back to what I said, because now I lost what I was talking about, as I always do. I'll be talking about 50 things and forget what I said last. Where was I? Oh, I was saying where you can buy the authentic kits. And if you on eBay, because a lot of us shop on eBay, that's where you will find more of the fake dolls. So that's where you have to be careful, because as I said, the main red flag is when they have those little cheap prices up there for the kit. And a lot of people get caught by that because they think, oh, I could get this one. It's so much more affordable. It's cheaper. Meanwhile, they looking at the real dolls and they look so beautiful because it's the authentic pictures you're looking at of the real dolls. And then they send you this fake one that they done copied. And is nowhere looking like, when you actually get it, it doesn't look like what you thought you were going to get, what you were buying, and what you paid for. So then your money is gone because you sent money out for something and you get something else. And it's so heartbreaking when that happens, because now you bought something that's fake and you're out of however much you paid for that, where you could have took that and saved up and bought the real thing. So to me, that's a loss when you buy a fake one. And that's when it happens to people when they didn't know. Because a lot of people don't know they're buying something fake. They didn't do it on purpose. They just didn't know. So they got fooled on that. But then you have some people who know it's a fake and they choose still to buy it because they feel like it's more affordable for their pocket. And that's why they choose to go that route. So it's different reasons why people buy the fake kits. But if you want something that's authentic, I say save up your money and get the real thing. And try not to get fooled. If you're on eBay, definitely look for the COAs for the dolls. Look at the price that it is. If it's too cheap, most likely it's fake. Most doll kits, blank ones, you're looking at $100 and higher. But at least they're close to $100 blank. So that's something you can look for if you're looking for the kit. Now, if you're buying a doll that's already completed, like I bought this baby already completed on eBay, you want to ask for the COA with the doll, the certificate of authenticity. If you don't see where they put it in the listing saying what that doll is coming home with, or if it has the COA, I would ask. You can message the seller and make sure they have that. Also, sometimes people will say you're getting the doll in the picture. They'll actually note that now. So you know that what you're paying for in the pictures you're looking at, that's what you're actually getting. Sometimes they'll tell you even what the doll comes home with. Like, look at the listing. And if you have any questions about something, definitely message and ask before you pay for whatever you're shopping for. Ask questions. This baby, I pretty much know what the authentic kits look like. When you're in the hobby for a while, but still, it never hurts to look good at the pictures, and ask for that COA with the doll. Look at the prices of the dolls. Now, as I said, sometimes you can find these dolls all completed and painted on eBay, or sometimes a seller could be selling their own doll and they have it at a decent price. And some people even will take layaway. If you can find somebody that's selling their own doll and they're willing to do a layaway with you. If you're new, you might want to ask around and see like who else they've sold to, so you can feel comfortable to do a layaway with that person. Just like the seller can ask for references, a buyer can also ask who else they did business with or who else they sold to. If you're not comfortable to do a layaway with just anybody, especially if you don't know them and you're new or you don't know the person. So those are some ways to just buy authentic. Me, myself, when I first came into the hobby, definitely layaway. Like I said, that was one of my main options when I first came in. I would look for, layaway. That just made it possible for me to afford buying the authentic dolls. If I was looking for a doll to buy and I couldn't afford it straight, up front, I would look for layaway. But I definitely look on eBay You can find nice dolls on there even now. I got this doll back in June, I think it was. And she's all completed, painted, hair rooted, everything. Beautiful doll. This doll is well painted, and she was, like I said, only $550 all done. And for a reborn, that's like a completed reborn, $550. That's a good price, especially for a well painted. And this baby is like really beautifully done, really beautifully done. So you just have to shop around, and you will find something eventually that you can afford and that is authentic and real, and you'll feel more comfortable buying something and enjoy it more because you know you got the real thing. It's not a fake. And also in the hobby, that is frowned upon when you do have fake kits and fake sculpts in your collection, whether it's vinyl reborns or silicone. So just in case you're new and you don't know that, it's definitely looked down upon. Unfortunately, that's how it is. That's the reality of it. So sometimes when you buy fake, you may get backlash from people for sure because you have a fake doll. That's something I don't think I would feel comfortable with, the backlash either. So for me, it's always just been real, authentic. That's the way to go. However, I have to save up for it, put it on layaway to afford it, shop within my budget. Can't get the high end, but I can still find something that's decent, nice, that I can enjoy, a nice doll. It might not be perfect, but that's how I buy when I look for something that's within my own budget and I can live with it because I know it's the real thing. It's not a fake when I bring it home. And also another way is I started painting for myself. And that was one of the reasons I started painting for myself. I wanted to learn how to paint vinyl reborns first because I wanted to make the hobby more affordable. And definitely, if you can just buy the blank kit, like this little guy here, as I said, I painted him myself. I bought the blank kit and then I painted him. So I started painting reborns, learning how to paint them, and I taught myself is by watching tutorial videos on YouTube, and I just went ahead and just practiced and just pretty much self-taught to paint for myself so that I could afford the hobby more. It just made it more affordable for me when I was painting for myself. That's how I started out, trying to figure out different ways to make the hobby more affordable. And definitely, if you can paint for yourself, all you have to buy is the blank kit, and then you buy your paints and the vinyl, the Genesis heat set paints to paint the vinyl reborns. It lasts for a while. So it definitely, you get a lot for your money when you buy the paints for the vinyl reborns, because it does last a while. So it's a good investment if you want to learn to paint for yourself. But not everybody wants to do that, and I understand completely because it's a long process. But in the long run, it's been 4 years for me since I started learning how to paint and teaching myself. And you know, in the beginning, it was bumpy. I didn't paint well, I ain't gonna lie. It was a lot of stuff I had to learn. And like in the beginning, you get discouraged sometimes, but I say keep trying and keep practicing. You know, each time you paint a doll, you get a little better. You learn from your own mistakes as you keep going. And that has definitely, painting for myself has made the hobby, you know, more affordable for me, most definitely. So that is another way of making the hobby more affordable, where you just have to buy the blank kit, paint it for yourself. Silicone dolls, the same thing. I've spent thousands and thousands on silicone dolls. In the beginning, I started off, my first silicone doll was a partial. I didn't get a full body. That's another more affordable way. If you want a silicone doll, start off with a partial silicone doll. Look for artists that are maybe a little new. They might not paint as well, but if the sculpt is nice and it's painted okay and pretty decent, you might could deal with getting a newer artist. Their prices are cheaper when they paint. just little stuff like that I looked for to make the hobby more affordable for me to enjoy it and to be able to get new dolls. I was just like, when I came into the hobby, just kind of thinking of all different ways of affording the hobby and just being able to enjoy it. Now I started painting my own silicone dolls as well. Again, where I can buy a blank silicone kit and try to paint it for myself is more affordable. So even 8 years later now, I'm still looking for ways to make the hobby continue to be affordable and enjoyable for myself. So that's how I have kind of went in this hobby and just always bought authentic, real kits, or with COAs, and just stayed on that side of it of buying authentic. And I can go on and on this subject. I might have left off something again. I'll continue it in the next video because this video is long. But there are my babies all dressed. And we will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and we'll see you soon.